My dear child, I want you to stop for just a moment and feel this message enter your heart. I am not sending this to scare you, but to protect you. This is not a coincidence. This is not a dream. It's something I have been trying to reach you about, but you were too busy, too distracted, too heartbroken to notice the signs. And now, Archangel Michael has been waiting for 2 whole hours just to speak to you directly. He's been pacing, watching, waiting. Because what he's about to tell you, it cannot wait any longer. Listen carefully. This is not a joke. A private investigator was caught, and what they were caught doing, it involves you. Yes, you. Someone paid money. Someone gave detailed instructions. Someone has been silently watching you from the shadows. And no, this is not about crime. It's about curiosity. Obsession. Secrets. This person wanted to know things about you they never had the courage to ask directly. But you've been walking through life without realizing you're being observed by eyes that do not blink. Watched by someone who wanted answers they couldn't get from your smile, so they sent someone to follow your silence. The truth was never supposed to come out. But I, the Lord your God, make the hidden things visible when it's time. And now the time has come. You are going to feel like you're in a movie. But trust me, this is real. This is not entertainment. This is your life unfolding like a mystery that even heaven gasped at. My child, the man who was caught was not a stranger to the spiritual world. He was someone who once rejected me. He once used his talents to dig up pain in people's lives. But when he looked into your life, something changed in him. Something cracked. He saw purity. He saw prayers. He saw old wounds that you never showed anyone. And instead of reporting what he found, he repented. He gave up the job. And then, he came to us, he came to heaven. That's when Michael got involved. And for the past 2 hours, Michael has been trying to whisper into your spirit. He's been trying to alert you. But there's a wall around your heart. A wall built from past betrayal. But child, if you open this message, truly open it, that wall is coming down. Not because someone is tearing it, but because truth has arrived. Love letter pause right now. Before you go further, let your spirit breathe. And if you're listening to this on video, click that subscribe button so you don't miss the next urgent message from me or from Archangel Michael. These messages are not stories. They are instructions for your next breakthrough. Your peace. Your destiny. Turn on the bell too, because the next warning is even closer. Love letter. Now let me take you deeper. The person who hired the investigator didn't do it to hurt you. Not at first. It started with curiosity. It started with love. It started with wondering why you suddenly disappeared, why your energy changed, why you stopped responding. They never knew how to ask, so they acted in a way that felt safe, for them. Not for you. But now, they are afraid. They know they crossed a spiritual line. And heaven has eyes on them. You may feel betrayed when you hear this. But I want you to know something you've forgotten: you are protected. Not just physically. But spiritually, emotionally, energetically. That's why the investigator confessed. That's why Michael intervened. That's why you're hearing this now. You are covered in light, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You have not been walking blindly. You have been walking under my covering. Even when you didn't feel me. Even when you thought I was silent. Even when your nights were filled with tears and unanswered prayers, I was preparing the truth to rise, just like this. Child, someone is about to come forward. They are going to admit it. But don't panic. They are not coming with anger. They are coming with shame. They thought they had lost you forever, and in their desperation, they made a choice that now haunts them. But you have a heart that I've been shaping for something higher. And now you're being called to listen with your spirit, not your emotions. This is the beginning of something that will shake you, but not break you. I will not allow it. You are chosen for something far greater than surveillance or suspicion. You were never meant to be someone's investigation. You were meant to be someone's revelation. And yes, I said what I said. That person is going to confess. But not because they got caught. Because they've been broken by your light. They saw the truth of who you are, even when they sent someone else to search it. Now, breathe again. I am still speaking. Then let's keep going, my child. What I am telling you now, it's not fiction. This is not fantasy. This is spiritual reality. You don't have to understand every part yet. Just open your heart and feel what I am saying to your spirit. The man who was caught, yes, the private investigator, he saw something that stopped him. It was a single photograph. A moment of you standing alone, unaware that anyone was watching. No words, no conversation, just your face, but there was something in your eyes that shook him. He said it felt like a prayer was looking back at him. That image followed him home. It disturbed his sleep. He thought he had control over his emotions, but what he didn't know was that your energy carries my presence. That's why you confuse people. That's why they can't forget you. That's why even those who try to walk away find themselves drawn back to you. Because you are marked. Marked by my voice. My mercy. My love. That man was hired for money, but he encountered something priceless, you. And now, Archangel Michael is standing near you. Right now, as you hear this, he is surrounding your space with light. Not just to protect, but to reveal. Because this isn't just about what someone did behind your back. It's about why heaven is stepping in. You are moving into a season where truth will not hide anymore. Secrets will have no more power. And every hidden conversation, every whispered plan, every spiritual trap, is being exposed, dismantled, and reversed. Because you're rising. You felt it for days now, haven't you? That something is shifting in the air. That strange dreams are coming. That people are treating you differently, with confusion, attraction, or resistance. And you've wondered, why am I feeling this pressure? It's not pressure, child. It's the gravity of divine timing. What's been happening in the unseen world is now spilling into your timeline. A storm is passing, but behind it is a door. And someone who once closed that door on you is about to return, trying to knock again, this time with trembling hands. But you won't open the door with fear. You'll open it with discernment. Let me take you back. Remember the times when people misunderstood your silence? When they called your calmness cold? When they walked away from you because they couldn't handle your depth? This is why. Because you were never ordinary. You carry a kind of peace that unsettles the unhealed. And the person who sent that investigator, they couldn't handle how strong you became after they left. They thought you were fragile. But you became fire. You see, when they walked away, they expected you to collapse. But you did the opposite, you rebuilt. In secret. With me. With tears. with whispers in the dark. You read messages like this one not because you're weak, but because your spirit knows I'm talking to you directly. And now, it's your time to rise. But listen carefully, because this next part matters. The man who came to investigate you also left behind something. A small piece of paper. A note. He didn't give it to his client. He left it at a spiritual center, anonymously. It said, "The one you're searching for is not hiding anything. But you are. I suggest you stop before heaven gets involved." That's when I sent my angels to deliver this message to you. And I whispered to Michael, "Go. Wait until the child opens their spirit. And when they do, speak. And now you're here. And now, Michael is speaking. Love letter. And now again, I remind you, don't leave this message halfway. If you've been touched by this, then click the button to subscribe or follow. This isn't just about videos. This is about divine updates for your life. You've missed signs before. Don't miss the next one. Turn on all notifications. Let your spirit be reminded that God has your back, and heaven is talking directly to you. Love letter. Now hear me say this with love. Forgive them. Yes, even the one who invaded your privacy. Even the one who watched from a distance instead of speaking with courage. Because I am doing something with your story that needs purity of heart. I'm writing a comeback that will shock the people who thought they figured you out. And this isn't just about one person. Others are watching too. Not everyone who's smiling is your supporter. Not everyone asking how you are cares about your healing. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm cleaning your path. I'm removing fake energy. I'm exposing motives. And yes, I am closing the eyes of those who try to see your future without permission. Your destiny is not their business. Your journey is not theirs to study. You belong to me. The next few days are important. You might get a message. An apology. An awkward, "Hey, can we talk?" Maybe it'll come from a number you don't recognize. Maybe it'll come in person. But when it happens, pause. Don't speak from pain. Speak from power. You have nothing to fear. Nothing to hide. Because the truth is finally working in your favor. And child, this is just the beginning. Then stay with me, child. Because what I'm about to say next, it's going to shift something deep inside you. This moment, this exact point in time, is not random. It's perfectly aligned with something you've prayed for, even if you don't remember the prayer. Even if it was a whisper you said to yourself on a cold night while staring at the ceiling, hoping I was listening. And yes, I was listening. I always am. That's why this message is reaching you right now. The investigator was caught because I allowed it. The truth came out because I made sure it would. Because I love you too much to let people invade your peace without consequence. This is not about revenge. This is about revelation. I'm showing you what's been going on behind closed doors so you stop doubting your intuition. So you stop ignoring the whispers of your soul that said, something feels off. You were right. You've always been right. But you kept doubting yourself. You kept pushing your feelings away, thinking you were just being too sensitive, too emotional, too dramatic. No. You were being divinely warned. And now you're being divinely informed. Because what happens next depends on what you choose now. If you choose to stand still and stay small, you will delay the healing I have already released for you. But if you choose to step forward in faith, if you choose to forgive what you now know, and protect what's still growing, you will see a shift that not even you can explain. Do you know what Archangel Michael is doing right now? He's watching your energy. He's watching how your spirit is responding to this truth. He's standing beside you, waiting for the moment your heart says, "Yes, I'm ready." Because once that happens, once your inner self opens up fully, he's going to move quickly. Very quickly. And when he moves, the things you thought would take months, even years, will start to happen in days. Doors will swing open. Conversations will happen out of nowhere. People will start treating you differently, sensing your shift without even understanding why. And the one who tried to study you through someone else? They will either walk away in silence or come back in surrender. Because when God defends you, nobody walks away untouched. I told you earlier this would feel like a movie. But here's the twist, you're not just the main character. You're the revelation. You are the moment that changes the story for others. And even the person who thought they could track you quietly is now realizing that you are not someone to be watched, you are someone to be honored. You might feel shaken. You might feel confused. But don't let that feeling define this moment. Let my words be louder than your fear. You are stepping into a time when the lights will come on, and everything that's been hiding in the dark will scatter. Not just in your relationships, but in your finances, in your calling, in your dreams. You will no longer be confused. Because clarity is being gifted to you right now. The person who started all this, who thought they needed to hire someone to understand you, they never realized that what they were searching for wasn't facts. They were searching for peace. And they thought you had it. And you do. But peace isn't something you find by spying. Peace is something you receive when you stop running from the truth. Now listen closely, because this next part is sacred. Tonight, when you're alone, light a candle if you can. Sit in stillness. Let your phone be silent. No music. No noise. Just you and the presence of heaven. And then say these words out loud, slowly. I allow the truth to flow. I am ready for clarity. I forgive those who trespassed, and I welcome protection from God and His angels. I release fear. I trust divine timing. I am safe. I am ready. I am seen. Because after you say that, something will shift. And before the week ends, you will see it. A name. A message. A situation. A strange coincidence that feels too specific to ignore. That's your confirmation. And when it happens, don't say, "That's strange." Say, "That's God." And now, once more. Love letter. If this message is opening your eyes and waking up your spirit, don't forget to subscribe. Not just to support the channel, but because you deserve to hear every divine update meant for you. The next message will answer what this person wants to say to you now, and what God is about to do with your name in rooms you've never entered. Hit the bell. Be ready. Heaven is not done speaking. Love letter. My child, you are not alone. Archangel Michael is not leaving your side. He has already cleared paths you haven't walked yet. He has already removed traps that were being set behind the scenes. You don't need to fear what's coming, because what's coming is divine justice. Not loud. Not vengeful. But clear. Sharp. And full of peace. Do you feel that? That's your soul remembering what it always knew: you are protected. Then listen closely, child, because this final part carries the turning point your heart has been silently waiting for. The truth has now been revealed. The man was caught. The secrets are no longer hidden. The eyes that once watched from the shadows have now been met with light. But what happens next depends on how you respond, not with fear, not with anger, but with a calm knowing that I, your God, have orchestrated this entire moment. You're not powerless. You never were. You were just unaware of how protected you truly are. Now that awareness is returning. Now that clarity is flowing into your spirit, things are going to accelerate. People who once ignored you will start remembering your name. People who once doubted you will suddenly speak highly of you behind your back. And even the one who paid to know your story will no longer be able to deny the power of your presence. But here's what I want you to do: stay grounded. Because with every elevation comes exposure. As I take you higher, more people will start to notice you, not just because you're gifted, but because your energy carries evidence of my glory. There will be curiosity. There may be questions. There might even be gossip. But none of it will touch you. Because I've placed a seal over your life. A divine firewall around your name. A heavenly lock over your destiny. No one can undo what I'm about to do in your life. No voice can cancel your calling. No watcher can erase what I wrote in the books of heaven about you. And now let me tell you the most beautiful part. The private investigator? He's changing. Because of you. He saw something in you that made him question the life he was living. You weren't just the subject of an assignment. You became the mirror that showed him his emptiness. He's not working for anyone now. He's looking for me. He's reading scripture. He's searching for peace. And the angels are rejoicing, not because he was caught, but because he was convicted. You, child, have no idea how powerful your presence is. You heal people without touching them. You speak to souls without using words. And even those who come into your life with hidden intentions, leave with revelation. That's what it means to be chosen. So what's next? Prepare yourself. Spiritually. Emotionally. Even physically. Because within the next 10 days, something significant is going to happen. You might be tempted to ignore it. You might think, it's just another coincidence. But it won't be. It will be a divine setup, a moment that flips your timeline forward. A conversation. An invitation. A spiritual encounter. Watch for it. And when it comes, respond from your spirit, not your scars. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to explain who you are. Because your energy, and my favor, will say it all. There's one more thing Archangel Michael wants you to know. He's seen the nights you've cried alone. He's heard the prayers you whispered into your pillow, the ones you didn't think even I was listening to. He's watched you love people who didn't always love you back. And now, he's watching me reward you. Yes, reward. Because what you lost was never really taken from you, it was returned to me so I could multiply it. And now, I'm giving it back. But bigger. Stronger. Safer. With protection this time. You're not going backward. You're not repeating old patterns. You are breaking generational cycles without even realizing it. Because the moment you chose to forgive, to heal, to listen to this message without letting pride block it, that's the moment heaven recorded a shift in your name. And now I'm telling you one final thing. Your story is about to become someone else's survival guide. The message that was sent to expose you is now becoming the message that will exalt you. Your name, yes, your name, is being whispered in rooms of opportunity. Doors are opening in places your feet haven't touched yet. Hearts are preparing to receive you. Because I, the Lord your God, am making room for you in this world. Not the version of you that hid. Not the one who shrank down to be more acceptable. But the real you. The one I created. The one who listens when heaven speaks. The one who doesn't just receive miracles, but becomes one. And this is your moment. The person who watched you secretly will now watch you publicly, as you rise. The one who doubted you will now witness your divine promotion. And you, beautiful, brave, and chosen, will walk forward with peace, because you will finally know. You were never unprotected. You were always under my wing. Love letter one last time, beloved, if this message reached your soul, don't leave without subscribing or following. These aren't just messages. These are confirmations, divine alignments. And the next one might carry the key to your next breakthrough. Click the bell. Don't miss what heaven says next, love letter. This message is sealed. It is done. Michael is watching. I am with you. Now, go walk into your new beginning. I'll meet you there. And now, child, with your spirit open and your heart softened by truth, let me gently walk with you into the final stretch of this message, because there's more. Yes, there is still more heaven needs to say. This message wasn't only about warning you. It wasn't just about the private investigator or the person who sent him. This was a wake-up call, not just to expose others, but to awaken you to who you really are. Because for far too long, you've underestimated your power. You've walked through life shrinking your light to fit into spaces that were never built for you. You've lowered your voice to keep the peace. You've tolerated mistreatment because you believed it was love. You've been silent to avoid losing people, but child, in that silence, you started losing yourself. And now, I'm pulling you back into alignment with your divine identity. You were not born to be small. You were born to disrupt darkness with your very existence. Your smile is not ordinary, it heals. Your presence is not soft, it's sacred. Even the one who thought they could watch you from a distance felt it, that thing they couldn't explain, that pull they couldn't shake. And the reason they couldn't walk away is because your energy whispered something ancient to their soul. You carry the frequency of heaven. So yes, they got curious. Yes, they stepped over lines. But what they found wasn't dirt, wasn't secrets, it was divinity wrapped in vulnerability. It was the way you still loved people even after they broke you. It was the way you kept helping others, even while silently bleeding. It was the way you kept believing something better was coming, even when you had every reason to give up. That's what they saw. That's what shook them. And now, it's what's setting you apart. Let's talk about tomorrow, because I know you've been wondering. What do I do now, Lord? Where do I go from here? I'll tell you. You move forward with bold peace. Not arrogance. Not bitterness. But with the kind of peace that comes from knowing you are divinely watched, divinely guided, and divinely chosen. You don't need revenge. You don't need to prove anything. Your success, your healing, your happiness, your quiet rise, will speak louder than anything they tried to uncover. But I do ask one thing from you. Do not close your heart. I know it's tempting. I know it feels safer. But don't build new walls just because someone tried to climb over the old ones. Let me be your guard. Let Michael be your sword. Let truth be your defense. And child, listen very closely now. That person, the one who started all of this, is going through a transformation. They thought they were just checking up on you. What they didn't know was that they were walking into a divine trap. A setup. Not for their destruction, but for their redirection. Because I am not just using this to bless you, I'm using it to convict them. Your life has become a message. A lesson. A mirror. A moment of spiritual awakening for someone who didn't even believe in this kind of love until they saw it in you. That's how powerful your existence is. And that's why the enemy wanted to distract you, to make you insecure, tired, fearful. To make you second-guess your intuition. To delay your next level. But it's too late now. You've seen too much. You've heard too much. You've woken up. And once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. Not spiritually. Not emotionally. Not prophetically. Because now you know. You are in alignment with divine movement. Every single delay was divine. Every no you cried over was protection. Every silence you hated was preparation. And this moment, this strange, emotional, mysterious message, is confirmation. Confirmation that you're not crazy. Confirmation that your intuition was correct. Confirmation that I've been with you all along. So here's how we end this. I want you to look at yourself, right now. Wherever you are. In a mirror, a window, a phone screen. And I want you to say, I am not what they said. I am not what they searched for. I am who God says I am. I am chosen. I am protected. I am free. And I will rise without fear. And as you say it, feel heaven standing still. Feel the energy shift around you. Feel Archangel Michael placing his hand over your shoulder. Because the message has been delivered. The truth has been released. The protection has been activated. And your next chapter has already begun. Love letter. And if this message has touched you, don't just feel it, act on it. Click that subscribe button. Don't miss another word heaven wants to send to you. Because this is not the end, it's the start of something powerful. A message is already preparing to arrive. Stay close. Stay listening. Stay ready. Love letter. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are not being overlooked. You are about to walk into the season where everything finally starts to make sense. This was your moment. And I, your God, am proud of you for listening. Now go. I'll be with you every step of the way. And so will Michael. Yes, child, let me continue. Because even though the message has been spoken, your soul still needs one last gentle embrace from heaven. And I am not done holding you in this moment. I know how heavy it's been. Carrying the weight of so many unanswered questions. Wondering why certain people treated you the way they did. Wondering why they couldn't just be honest, why they had to send someone to find what you would have given freely if only they had the courage to ask. I know how lonely it feels to always be the one who sees through everything, to sense things before they happen, to know when you're being watched, studied, judged, even loved, but secretly. You are not imagining it. And you are not overreacting. Your spirit is sensitive because it was built for discernment. I made you this way on purpose. Your sensitivity is your gift. That knowing you carry. It's not paranoia. It's prophecy. You've always been tuned into the invisible, even before you had words to explain it. And that's why I chose you to receive this kind of message. Because not everyone would understand it. But you would. Because deep inside, you've always known you were different. And yes, the one who watched you saw that difference too. What they couldn't understand, they feared. What they feared, they tried to control. And what they couldn't control, they tried to observe from a distance, hoping to learn something without becoming vulnerable. But that's not how connection works. You can't observe someone's soul and expect to remain unchanged. The moment they invited someone else into your energy, they opened a spiritual portal. And instead of finding what they expected, they found me. They found truth. They found love. They found purity. And it shook them. The investigator never expected to be spiritually awakened. But through you, he was. That's the kind of power you carry without even trying. And now, you're being rewarded. Not with loud applause. Not with public celebration. But with something even better, divine acceleration. The days ahead are not just ordinary days. They are sacred. Appointed. And you must treat them as such. Wake up with intention. Speak with clarity. Move with grace. Because your actions will now attract miracles at a different speed. Things that used to take years will now take weeks. Doors that were once locked are now opening on their own. You are in your divine flow. And yes, the person who started this spiritual chain reaction is still watching. But their watching is different now. It's not about control anymore. It's not about curiosity. It's about awe. They don't know how to say it, but they feel it. That you are not someone they can explain, only someone they can admire, from a place of humility. They're going through something too, you know. This message isn't only about you, it's about what you trigger in others. Because your light forces people to confront their own darkness. Your purity calls their hidden pain to the surface. Your existence reminds them of what they're missing, of the healing they need, of the honesty they've been avoiding. And child, I need you to know this. It's not your fault they couldn't handle you. It's not your burden to carry their shame. It's not your responsibility to heal what they're not ready to face. But it is your calling to keep shining, anyway. To keep rising, anyway. To keep loving, even when it's not returned the way you hoped. Because everything you've been through has been building you for this moment, right here. The moment where the truth breaks through. The moment where the watchers become the ones who learn. The moment where your silence becomes a sermon, and your peace becomes your power. You don't need to confront them. You don't need to send a message. You don't need to explain that you know. Just live. Just breathe. Just keep walking with me, and let your life speak. Because I'm about to do something so undeniable in your story, even your enemies will say, surely, the hand of God is on them. You won't have to argue for your worth anymore. You won't have to beg to be seen. You won't have to prove your innocence, your beauty, or your destiny. I'm doing that for you, starting now. Love letter and child, this is my last whisper for tonight. If this message held your spirit together when it wanted to fall apart, if it helped you feel seen, even in your quietest pain, then click subscribe. Turn on the bell. Because more is coming. And you deserve to hear every word heaven sends next. Don't walk this season alone. You're too important. Too precious. Too needed. Love letter. And one more thing. Michael hasn't moved. He's still standing next to you. He will be with you tonight, in your dreams. He will guard your home, your heart, your sleep. You might feel a warm pressure. You might feel a calm you haven't felt in weeks. That's him. That's protection. That's heaven, staying with you. Because this isn't the end. This was just the beginning. And the next chapter is titled, Unstoppable. Go rest now, my child. And wake up knowing. You are no longer being watched. You are being witnessed. Amen. Yes, my precious child, we are almost there. And yet, there is still one more wave of truth I want to pour into your soul. Because what I'm doing in you is not just a blessing, it's a rebirth. I am not just giving you a miracle, I am giving you a new way of seeing yourself, a new strength to stand in, and a new level of peace that doesn't depend on the world around you. You've made it to this moment for a reason. And now, I want you to breathe in the final part of this message, the part that seals everything heaven has spoken over your life tonight. Child, listen closely. There is a reason the enemy fought you so hard this year. There's a reason things felt heavier, more painful, more confusing than usual. It's because something inside of you was shifting, something holy. Something that can no longer be hidden. You were stepping into the truest version of yourself, the one I created before the world tried to shape you. And the enemy saw it. He saw the glow beginning to rise again in your soul. He saw your prayers getting bolder. He saw your heart refusing to turn cold. He saw your eyes beginning to look up again. And he panicked. But child, he is too late. You've crossed the threshold now. Your spirit has entered the zone where faith overtakes fear. Where peace becomes louder than panic. Where miracles no longer feel like something you wait for, but something you walk with. And let me tell you what's next. There's a moment coming in the next few days, yes, days, that will feel like time froze for you. A message. A visit. A voice. A sentence you didn't expect to hear. Something small in the natural, but loud in the spirit. And when it happens, you'll feel it in your bones. You'll feel it in your chest. You'll know, this is it. God really is with me. He really meant every word. That moment will begin the chain reaction. Because the miracle has already been approved, it just needed your heart to be positioned. And now it is. You're not who you were even a week ago. You've grown in silence. You've healed in pieces. And now you're ready to be whole. You're ready for love that feels like safety. You're ready for opportunities that don't leave you drained. You're ready for friendships that see your light and protect it. You're ready for divine favor that doesn't come and go, it stays. I want you to know this deep down. You didn't miss it. You didn't ruin it. You didn't take too long. You're right on time. I make all things beautiful in their season, and this, child, is your season. And there is something else. I've placed someone in your life, or I am about to, whose heart has been prepared just for you. This person will not drain you. They will not confuse you. They will not make you doubt yourself. They will see you. And they will love you not just for your light, but for your journey. This person has also walked through their own fires. And when you meet, it will feel like peace, like destiny, like finally. And I want you to stay open to that love. Don't reject it because of the pain of the past. Let it in. Because I sent it. And when I send someone, they don't leave you the same. Tonight, I need you to look in the mirror and speak something out loud. You may feel silly. Do it anyway. Stand still. Look into your own eyes and say, I am chosen. I am worthy. I am ready. My miracle is here. Say it until something breaks. Say it until something unlocks. Say it until you believe it again. Because I believe in you. I've always believed in you. Even when you were doubting me. Even when you were running. Even when you were quiet and tired and confused, I never left your side. And now I'm asking you for one more step. Stay expectant. Not anxious. Not impatient. Just open. Because when your spirit stays open, the blessings flow like rivers. You'll wake up with ideas. You'll feel peace without knowing why. You'll start receiving without striving. Because that's how my favor works, it rests on you. It doesn't need you to chase. It doesn't need you to perform. It only needs you to say, "Yes, Lord. I'm here. I receive it all." Glowing star right now, if you're still here, still reading, still crying, still believing, comment below with, "This is my confirmation. My name is on this. My miracle is real. I am God's chosen." Raising hands dizzy. And subscribe, child, because you and we've only just begun this journey. This was not just a message. It was a moment. A spiritual turning point. A divine alignment. And heaven will remember that on May 26th, you said yes to your next level. Now rest. Not like someone who's still waiting. Rest like someone who knows the gift is already on the way. And tomorrow? Expect to smile for no reason. Expect to receive something that feels too perfect to be a coincidence. Expect to say, "God, you really did it." Because I will. And I am with you, until the very end. Always and forever. With more love than your heart could ever hold. Your God. Yes, child, come sit in this silence a little longer with me. Let your breathing slow down. Let your shoulders drop. Let the tension you didn't even know you were holding, melt into my presence. Because even after all the words, there's still one thing I haven't stopped doing, loving you. And love, true love, never walks away when the message ends. It stays. It watches over you. It speaks without sound. It wraps itself around your soul even when the world feels too loud. That's what I'm doing now. This is no longer just about a message. This is about presence. Mine. Yours. Ours. And I want you to feel something deeply, something I've been whispering to you in signs and synchronicities, in music lyrics and dreams, in moments you thought were meaningless. I've been saying this to you over and over. You are not behind. I know you've been thinking it. Feeling it. Wondering why you haven't caught up yet. Why others seem further ahead. Why their lives look smoother. Why their prayers look answered. But I want to tell you, as your God, as your Father, as the one who sees beyond time, you are exactly where you are meant to be. The delays weren't punishment. They were preparation. The heartbreaks weren't failures. They were filters, cleansing your spirit of what was never meant to stay. The silence wasn't abandonment. It was me, pulling you closer. Because there are some lessons I could only teach you in the quiet. And that private investigator, that moment where someone tried to look into your life without permission, that was the final trigger. That was the final test. Not because you had anything to hide, but because I needed to show you this. You are safe. Even when you're not looking. Even when you're unaware. Even when others are trying to read the story of your life, I am holding the pen. They don't get to write your ending. They don't get to define your name. They don't get to see the whole picture unless I allow it. And now that you know this, now that you've seen how protected you really are, it's time to walk into the days ahead with holy boldness. Not loud, not aggressive, not trying to prove anything. Just calm. Sure. Anchored. Because when someone is truly free, they don't have to shout. Their peace becomes their power. You are free now. Free from fear. Free from people-pleasing. Free from trying to explain yourself to people who don't even understand their own hearts. Free from guilt. Free from needing to be perfect to be loved. You are free because I say you are. And no earthly mistake, no human betrayal, no hidden investigation can undo what I've done inside of you. Now listen, because this next part is personal. I have seen what others didn't. I saw how you gave when you had nothing left. I saw how you stayed kind when you had every reason to harden. I saw how you kept believing, even when your heart felt broken in 10,000 silent places. And because of that, not only are you being healed, you're being elevated. Yes, elevated. In spirit. In strength. In favor. In visibility. There are people who used to overlook you who will now feel an urge to reach out, not to use you, but to learn from you. Don't be surprised when they say things like, I don't know why, but I just feel safe around you. That's not coincidence. That's your anointing. You've been tested. You've been refined. And now, you are ready. But stay humble. Don't forget the quiet days, the slow months, the tear-filled nights. Let them be the soil that keeps you grounded when the spotlight tries to make you forget who held you when no one else could. I held you. And I still do. Now close your eyes, not to escape, but to feel what I'm about to place in your spirit. I am giving you something tonight. It's not something the world can take. It's not something money can buy. It's a new beginning. You will wake up tomorrow different. You may not notice it at first. But the air around you will shift. The weight on your chest will lighten. The noise in your mind will soften. The path ahead will feel clearer, not because it suddenly changed, but because you changed. You are no longer who you were when this message began. You've crossed into something new. And my child, I bless your going out and your coming in. I bless your conversations. I bless your thoughts, may they be aligned with heaven. I bless your name, may it be spoken in rooms of favor. I bless your home, may angels linger at every door. I bless your sleep, may it be filled with holy dreams. I bless your hands, may they create miracles without even realizing it. I bless your heart, may it stay soft, even after everything. You are walking into a chapter I've titled, The Restoration of the One They Underestimated. Let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. You will worship. You will rise. You will shine. And you will walk forward, not watched in fear, but witnessed in glory. Now go rest, child. Michael will stand guard tonight. And I will stay closer than your next breath. I love you. And I always will. Amen. And amen. And amen.